Hi, Mary again, and this is Dreamy Goat Design Studios video on day 2 of dyeing with Osage orange sawdust. Okay, let's do a recap of what we did just yesterday. Yesterday, we weighed out our Osage orange sawdust at 30% weight of goods. We filled a knee-high with the Osage orange, and we soaked it overnight. And that's where the video ended yesterday. Here is this very strange thing. Okay, what I did today, because a lot of this is just watching water heat, what I did today was I expedited the steps that you didn't need to see particularly, but you do need to know. Earlier today, I simmered the Osage orange for 60 minutes. I kept the temperature between 185 and 200 degrees, and I was pretty careful with that. I let it cool, but then I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to filter the dye liquor, and if I had done it, I would have had a bigger pot, but I would have basically put a paper towel into a colander and then scooped the broth like this. I won't pour it in because I don't want to waste it. Would have let it run through, and it would have filtered out some of the little tiny debris that's in there. It's not too bad. I'm not too worried about the fact that I forgot to do that step. I then filled the pot close to full with more water, and here we are right now, ready to start. Actually, we are ready to start dyeing the really fun stuff. So, ta-da, here we are. We are going to add the bags of fiber in just a minute. Now remember, it's all that 19.1 ounces of various fibers. We're going to put it all in here. Not the best idea to put 19 ounces into this pot. I like to actually have more like 16 ounces or a pound at the most, but we're kind of fudging this time. When I put the fibers in, our video is basically done, because again, you don't need to watch water heat, but this is what I will be doing. I will be bringing the temperature back up, and I'm going to take my time doing this. I don't want to rush because I don't want to brown the yellow, and that can happen. If you heat too fast or too high, too hot, yellows will kind of list to brown. So I'll take my time. That'll be about an hour, and then once I get to the 185 to 200 degree range, I'm going to hold it for another hour. So this is going to be 2 hours coming up, none of which you will see. Okay, but there will be written directions on this that I will post in the group. I will check my temps every 10 to 15 minutes. And by the way, here is my little thermometer that I basically just put into the water and check it. And as I get closer to 200, I check more often. I check, let's say, every 10 minutes. Right now, what does it say? It says about 140. I don't have my glasses on, so I can barely see. Once I'm done with the hour, I will then turn it off and let it cool overnight. If at any time the heat goes over 200 degrees, I just turn the whole thing off. I don't touch the fiber. I don't move it at all. I don't want it to felt. And then I just let the temperature drop down, let's say to 180 or so. Once it's there, I can slowly turn the heat back up. My time has kept going. I haven't lost any time. And then I'm just done in an hour. Okay, so here's the fun part. Let's do it. First thing, we take this very strange thing out. And it is very strange. And it's still pretty warm, but I'm going to press out any extra. You will notice that I'm not wearing gloves. The motto here is do as I say, not as I do. You really should be wearing gloves. You don't want hands to look like mine. Mine look like dyer's hands. You want beautiful, soft, lovely hands, so wear gloves, okay? All right, now watch this. We are now putting in all of those mixed fibers. I am keeping them in the bag, but I'm just opening them up so that you can see what they are. This is the fleece, the mohair fleece, excuse me, not mohair, the merino fleece. Her name is Faith. I don't smush it down, I just let it drop in. And let's see what we have here. I'll wait on this. And I'll wait on this. This is 4 of the 8 ounces of the Merino Tessa. Oh, and look at that. What's happened there? I hope it didn't pick up color from this bag. It just might have. So, here is 4 ounces. And here is the other 4 ounces of the Merino Tessa top. Here is the very dark, beautiful mohair lock. And here is, and I put it in the same bag, the silk noil. Okay, so it will be very interesting to see tomorrow just what these guys look like. And we're still putting in, now see, really, I should, at this point, I should probably top the water up to about here, and that's it. But no, I have to do a whole bunch of fibers, so let's just go for it. I have the Blueface Leicester yarn. I have some sample yarns, little tiny amounts. And then I'm going to actually take these out. These are the fabrics. The Habitai silk, the wool flannel. We have a little dog down here that's panting and happy and saying, what's going on? And the silk chiffon scarf. Ooh, now look at that, it's already going yellow. Now here's what I'm gonna do. You can use a dowel. This is a stainless steel spoon. Just very slowly and gently push them down into the dye liquor. Isn't that lovely? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to very slowly and carefully fill this up more. I wasn't sure how much to fill it up to, to begin with until I got my fibers in. I need to have hot water. So I think what I'm going to do is in just a minute when we stop recording is to get water hot enough. I do not want to put cold water in here and shock this, okay? So I'll get water hot enough. I'll fill it up to about here. All right. Then I'm going to put the lid on, and the lid doesn't exactly match. I could not find the lid that corresponds to the stainless steel pot, but it still works. I'll put it on and I'll bring that temperature up very, very slowly, okay? So we're basically done except for one more thing, and that is to acknowledge that I am not dyeing out on the back deck in the beautiful sunshine on a gorgeous spring day. It is pouring rain, or I guess it's stopped now for a few minutes, but it's been raining all day and it will rain tonight. It is getting to evening, and so I had to move everything in for the video. Which leads me to what you need to be aware of if you do choose to dye in your kitchen. You will notice that, well, there are condiments up here, but otherwise there is no food around. On the left is some just general dye equipment I have brought in. Everything here will be used at one point, except for the can of dog food. These, by the way, are the avocado pits that I've talked about. I've never dyed with them, but we will do that a little later. This is some logwood that we'll be working on a couple of groups from now. But this is the side I really want you to look at. This is my work. I'm right-handed, so I work from the right, obviously. And I made a point of covering the counter with towels. I don't want to stain it. And I also want to say that the towel signals to me that this is a dye station. It's not a working food station. So I have my tools here. I have this little guy here, very critical. Paper towels, whatever, and of course the gloves that I didn't wear. And that's it. My husband will bring food in. I won't be doing any cooking, nor should you. The last thing about cooking, or excuse me, the last thing about dyeing inside is you keep your kitchen ventilated. Windows should be open, doors should be open. Don't stick your head down into the pot. You shouldn't do it anyway, but definitely don't do it in an enclosed area. And let's see, have I forgotten anything? I don't think so. Tomorrow, day 3, we will pull these out. I'll spread them out on the table. We'll see what beautiful yellows we have. We will also look at a second bath of Osage orange. And the third and last thing we'll do tomorrow is look at an iron post bath and see if we can get kind of an olive green out of the yellow. If you just heard that little knock, that was our dog saying he wants to go. He just tapped on the door saying he needs to go. So I guess that's a good way of signing off. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.